afternoon. Welcome to today's graduate coaching session. Thank you for taking up Caroline's invitation to attend. And thank you, Caroline, for inviting me.
You're welcome.
So, what was your experience of the session?
Very good from my point of view. I mentioned earlier that a lot of the stuff when our eyes were shut and Caroline was speaking and we were listening, it was like I wasn't distracted, I could only hear Caroline's voice, but a lot of what was being read out by Caroline resonated with me from where I was in my position 2 to 3 years ago.
Yes.
Not a very good place. And it did actually hit home a lot of good things there as well. I quite enjoyed the session on trying to understand like what the issues are, what was the next bit, the circumstances, how we were feeling and what the result was.
Yes.
So that was very good as well. Just very small, simple, to the point.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else?
Yeah, I would say, that was stuff that resonated with me at the moment because my circumstances in life at the moment are that I am feeling a bit stuck, and I think some stuff that's been said today has just helped me to maybe focus a little bit on maybe ways I could move myself forward. Just and so the things about sort of just like taking a stand and those kind of things, and that. So little pointers that I can maybe take away with me and do my homework and follow up.
Good. Well, thank you very much. Anything you want to say? You don't have to say anything.
No, I think what was really valuable for me was when we had the three bubbles, the do, have, and be, and moving the be from something, that's in a specific future into moving that into the present.
To give you a future.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's something I hadn't ever thought about before, and a sort of way of going about things that I'd never considered. So
That's good.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks a lot. So obviously I could have done this work with Caroline without Elsa, and she has, as she said, she was a graduate of the program. You came to her, this session, and then she stepped in because there was minimum we do this with 3 people, but we had to go on with 2 people when we started because there was only 2 people there. Instead of waiting for people to come, we decided to go for it, take a chance. And as luck will happen when you take a chance and go for something, something goes wrong. And then somebody dropped out, and then I can't do this program just by one person. I can do it, but the value of it is very limited. So Elsa kindly stepped in to be a mentor for Caroline. So Elsa, if you could come up here and say what your experience of being a mentor was, if you wouldn't mind being on camera. I know you wouldn't.
He's a professional
So tell us what your experience of being a mentor was and how that was for you.
Hi, I'm Elsa, and I've known Caroline for quite a few years. I've seen her go through things and that as a friend, and she saw what I did, obviously doing FreedomWorks and working with Ken. Last year, 13th of April, Caroline, it was a very, very special day anyhow, because Caroline had an operation which changed her life totally, but also it was my birthday. And she said, I'm having my op on your birthday, so I'll never forget your birthday again. And basically we had a good friendship anyhow, we laugh and joke about things, but that actually tested our friendship on the trust and the bond that we've got and the support that I can give her. And it really tested, our friendship through that. And it was kind of strange because then at the same time I was like a mentor, but I was supposed to be a friend as well. So sometimes I thought, am I going to be this today or am I going to be that today? So it did get confusing at times, and I thought, am I doing the right thing because of what I wanted best for her 24/7? And again, I knew Caroline was working in the job beforehand. It was part-time, it wasn't fulfilling her dreams, even though she was a massage therapist. She wasn't a full-time massage therapist, and that's what she wanted. And that job wasn't going to give her that at all. So it brought out a lot of her insecurities working there. It took away her self-confidence, and her anxiety came back in, and you just sort of all come flooding back. And I thought, you've got this skill, and you can do a lot with that skill. You can help people, and you enjoy doing it at the same time. So it's a case of both Michael and Caroline were my guests last year at the graduation, and they could see exactly, whatever I'd started, what happened. They heard how I felt, which a lot of people didn't hear before. So that gave Caroline thought, shall I have a go at this or not? Which she did. And she had a session with Ken at FreedomWorks, a few hours, and decided to actually go on the programme. So she went on the programme, and it was really nice to see that progress bit by bit, and obviously that situation where the person dropped out, I stepped in. Yeah. So then I thought, if this doesn't work, I'm dead. what kind of friend does that make me? But then at the same time, I had to wear my mental hat at the same time. So it was really interesting to see the development, and I knew where she was coming from, and to see all that. It's like a river flowing, and then you'd see this river sort of go down in the valley and then come back up again. But as she came back up again, then you could see what she'd learned and put into action, and then you could see that this river of hers was expanding with all what she'd learned. She was putting into practice, and this river was getting bigger and flowing bigger, but it was a better flow, and that's how I can describe it. It was just a flow. There's been ups and downs in the valleys and that, but then every time she's come back up, there's been better flow, and it's gone through. So it's gone to the point now that in November last year, there was a lot of attention from massage agencies, and she was signed up with 2 of them, and because she left her other job, she had to leave that other job in the end. She signed up with 2 agencies. One of them didn't turn out to be suitable for Caroline, and she was worried again. She says, no, that's probably, you're fine, you've got to choose, you won't go to the first one, it might be 2 down, 3 down the line, and you're suitable. So anyhow, she stayed with Serenity London, and that's been brilliant for her because it's flexi. She doesn't feel like, she feels like she is self-employed because she can choose when she wants work. If it's not suitable to work at that time because of other circumstances, she can do that. So then that's given her even more self-confidence because they trust her to come back and they trust her to make decisions. So she built, her confidence has then built up even more. She's still been doing, obviously, the FreedomWorks as well with support from us. So now, she's working in 5-star hotels. She's telling me where she's been and who she's massaged as well. She's been doing West End shows. So I'm thinking, what? Autographs, please, start getting the autographs. No, but yeah, it's really such a big difference from the beginning to where she is now, and that's going to expand even more because now I can call her an entrepreneur businesswoman because she's just collaborated with a company, a wellbeing company down in Banstead, and she will be and she's just done a taster session with the ladies down there. And she had clients booked in, and it was full because they haven't got aromatherapist. They need a aromatherapist, so she did a taster session for them, and it's fully booked. And she's got potential. Well, she has got clients here now, so because they want her to come back and do another session. So I know that's going to be building up. So from where you was before in that shop to where you are now, you're an entrepreneur as well as a massage therapist. So it goes, so that river has gone and it's building up to a sea and then it will go up into an ocean. So yeah, I'm really proud to be a friend, but at the same time I was really glad I could be a mentor that was a positive mentor for you and you've ended up like this.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
it up here.
How cool is that? So thank you very much, right, for doing that. So now we have a kind of a, little presentation to commemorate the end of an era, right? 7 months or 8 months? How long is it?
October, so
It's more than 7 months.
Yeah.
8 months.
9 months, yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are pregnant and they give birth. So you give birth to this. So would you two come up here, please? Oh, before you do that, I have a favor to ask for one of our guests. I have a quote that I'd like you to read to our two. So would you come up here, please? Maybe stand on this side. And one of you need to stand here and then read this quote, if you wouldn't mind being on video.
Where do I stand?
You need to stand here.
Yeah, okay.
Also, you need to stand over there. And someone stand where I am. And you have to read this quote. Yeah? So that's the quote. From there to there.
Yep, okay. Right. They haven't got Alexander. You have. Alexander was about to invade Egypt. Sitting on the bank of the Nile with his army of 35,000 men, Ptolemy was on the other side with his massive army numbering over 200,000. His men were nervous, so Alexander gathered them together and said, "We are going to win tomorrow." One of his soldiers couldn't hold on anymore, so said what everybody was thinking but not saying. "But my lord, how? They are over 200,000 and we are only 35,000. Alexander said, "Ah, yes, but they haven't got Alexander. You have." And surely enough, they won and conquered Egypt and the world. People in your life are fighting a daily battle with a lack of confidence or self-esteem, and the odds are very much stacked against them. Now, you are there, Alexander. They will win because they have you.
Thank you very much.
Change the name.
Awesome.
Alex.
So I have that quote. I said, friend, so you remember who you are in the world.
Thank you.
That's for you.
Okay, thank you.
And then I do have we
Thank
have
you.
a kind of a certificate accreditation for the time you spent, like an official,
Breakdown.
So this is for Elsa. So for being a mentor, this is the first time we are doing this. Some people who've done the program and come and support it, we haven't done it into a proper accreditation that they have done it. So you can use that in your future career.
Very good.
And then this is to commemorate your
Oh,
achievement in
thank
completing
you.
the program.
Thank you.
So can we go before we sit down, we asked,
Thank you.
from each of you, you came as an invitation of Claire.
Caroline.
Caroline.
Ptolemy
How
Claire.
always a name.
Kenya.
So can you say what you got from, personally got from your session today, because Caroline, the graduate coaching session to you, so what would be, who would like to say it?
I've learned a lot today, and I think Caroline did a wonderful presentation. She's a wonderful, very confident woman who can go very, very far, especially now. And yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Been very
Very much.
positive.
Thank you.
Yes, well, I got a lot out today, and I'd like to thank Caroline for inviting me, and I'd like to say thank you very much for your confident presentation.
Thank you.
And I can see that you have gained a lot of experience and confidence from doing this course, and I can see that you're going to continue to do that and have much more success.
Thank you.
I think for me, as I said previously, a lot of stuff that happened today did resonate with me a few years ago when I was going through a tough time myself. I wanted to say thank you for supporting me on that. I think that when you joined the programme in October,
Yeah.
when you were thinking about it, perhaps you didn't notice it too straight away, but even before today,
Yeah.
you became a bit more assertive, you became more positive and perhaps to do things. I know we ourselves have been through a difficult journey with you losing your job, firstly with in 2015, then Sainsbury's, then becoming a masseuse therapist. I know you felt negative at the place, at the salon initially.
Yeah.
From there, obviously we had the personal stuff that we went through. And then obviously, even though you're still feeling negative about the place in the salon, you always wanted to be around a therapist or masseuse.
Yeah.
But from this program, from what I noticed, I even mentioned this to you, you did become more assertive, which gave you the confidence to then apply and put your CV out there, to then go through, you've been through with London Serenity and even the other one. And even though perhaps I was a little bit concerned when you didn't stick with the second one, but there was an assertiveness and positiveness in you, which I think you've got from this program, in order to say, well, no, it's not working. I'm not going to make it work for the sake of making it work. Cut my losses, stick with what I'm confident with, and so well done for you for that. And I'm so pleased you have grown in a lot more confidence in doing what you're doing with Serena and other people as well.
Yeah.
I really have noticed that.
I wouldn't have done that last year.
And also thank you for supporting me.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
So at the beginning of the program, we make a promise to people, especially the final part, beginning the program.
Yeah.
And there were 5 promises. So I want to check in with you that we will accomplish with it. So just make sure that we're not lying. It's about integrity. So first one was you'll accomplish a major result in an area of your life you have always wanted to but couldn't on your own.
Yes. Yeah.
So what was impossible before and now possible because of this program for you?
Just the confidence with my job, and I know I'm a good massage therapist, whereas I doubted it before. I was thinking, am I good enough to do that work and get that kind of feedback? And now, great, no problem. Yeah.
Awesome. Second one, you will be able to be free and be yourself fully in front of a group of people, 2 to 200 or any number of people.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, cool. You will transform your view of yourself as a person and as a leader. And you will be a leader for yourself, leader to others, groups, and leader as a coach or a workshop leader.
I could be a leader because I did that with doing my event, because I was the one running it, putting it together, telling Serena what I needed, where I needed to be, and all that side. I haven't run that kind of thing before, so
And today
today,
we're the coaching session. Right? And then fourth one is you'll be able to break free of your ego and be a possibility and stand for people.
I never really had that much of an ego, but what was there is not going, gone. So very different.
And then finally, you have the in-depth training to make things happen in your life in any area you'll stop out.
Well, the 2 distinctions that we did today, one of them was a personal choice, and the other one led on from it very nicely. I think if I hadn't have picked that, I might have been different, but because it's personal to me, it's one that I remember, and I can use because they don't stop working. All the distinctions that we've done over the 10 sessions, whatever it was previously, every one of those, I can read them now, but it will resonate different because I'm in a different place from the one when we first started last October.
Yes.
If I read that now, all the old notes, I'd read it and kind of go, and I'd get it more.
Yes.
But it changed. I've changed.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then finally, so now I remember I said, when you give something away, you get it back. So have you got it back?
Oh yeah. Well, today as well showed me that as well. Even though if it was just a group of other people that I didn't know in here, I would hope I'd still have.
Well, it's more difficult to do it to people you know. It's more challenging.
Yes, you don't mean that less.
Because you can lead to strangers who don't know your personal circumstances. You could be lying and then you could lie.
I remember last year when I came out of the one with Elsa, and me and Michael were talking about it afterwards, and I reread the notes and everything else, and it was like, oh yeah, that was quite good though, But I sort of did it. And then when I went in October, I was thinking, oh yeah, that, yeah. And it was like a slightly like, you know, not very enthusiastic, but I thought, oh, what the hell? Mine was a case of, oh, what the hell? And that pretty much made my mind up to do it. And I thought, what have I got to lose from doing the course?
Yeah.
And it was like, apart from cash. But other than that, everything else has been like worthwhile, and you know, things have changed, and yeah, it's definitely been worthwhile.
Great. So I'd like to acknowledge you for the time and effort you put in,
Thank you.
and your courage, your commitment, and your communication, which all kind of developed. And I'd like to acknowledge you for the person who you are that do this kind of things. So I know you think this is common. It's very rarely people who come to these graduate coaching sessions end up doing the course themselves. There have been occasions, but because they, you know, when people do things like that, they look really powerful, and either that you know really frightens people, because sometimes possibility is really frightening. That's why we have our fears and anxieties, because it's easy to be fearful and anxious rather than be brave and courageous. So she's an example. She's an exception, not normal. And we don't need these sessions to recruit people. We really need these sessions to give them the experience. And so, thank you for being the kind of person who really want to make the impossible possible. Because most people talk about it, but they really don't want to do anything about it. Because they know too much, or they know everything that they need to know. And then, like Caroline said earlier on, you know, you want something in your issues and circumstances. Your life has become studying how to overcome your issues and circumstances. People do that for a whole lifetime without actually doing anything to make what they want to happen. And that's what we do over the 7 months, get you to stop doing that and actually, step by step, you know, yard by yard, mile by mile, take it on and actually do it, regardless of issues, circumstances, regardless of whether you're successful or failing. Actually keep going and actually doing it, and you did it. That takes a lot of courage. That's like a hero for me. Thank you very much for being my hero. And for Elsa, you know, it's not easy. It takes a lot of time to do this, but also when you are doing it not for yourself, your own personal gain, but for someone else, to make a difference to someone. Even if you knew Caroline
before, it's like
it takes a lot of time, right? It's not easy.
It takes a lot of time, but it was like, what's her expectations of me being a friend to get her there, let alone being a mentor? Because they're separate things.
Yes.
And it's like, well, what am I going to be, a friend more or a mentor more? Or
no, you were very
good.
You mixed it up. You did them too.
Because when you're mentoring, you can't be a friend. When you're being a friend, you can't be a mentor.
And it's like you're trying to get the balance and that too. Sometimes it was very difficult because there'd be certain things and we just make a joke out of it because we've got this sense of humour. And we'll make a joke out of it, and we're like, no, pull it back in again. Come on, you know.
That's how we had the call. That's how we had the call sheet.
So, but it was good. It was good. I mean, it was a big responsibility because again, it's my friend, and I want her to be able to move on to where she wants to be. And I've been through that of knowing I know where I want to be, but how do I get there? And she's getting there, and then she's got to where she's well worthy of. And she couldn't see that before because her self-confidence and self-esteem had gone. And she's working in 5-star hotels from where she was working before. Because they feel that you're worthy. If you're worthy, so why don't you? You know, it's just...
Well, you can tell that until you do it and you get it for yourself. It's like a fairy tale, but now it's actually true. So for you, so you gave all that. What did you get from it? Or by giving away so generously?
Basically, it's the case of you care about what you do. I promote well-being, and again, I'm all for well-being creatively, and that's what Caroline has got from this, is the well-being for herself, mentally and physically. And then on top of that, she's in a place where she enjoys it, so she's going to be happier. So if she is happier, then her well-being, her mental way of thinking is going to be more positive, and then she's obviously promoting well-being, and it's gone through that avenue, and you are a much more better place than what you was before. So that's what I I want to do for people is have a universal freedom where she can go and enjoy herself. She's got the freedom to go and do that, which the company gives you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she's much more happier. And that, like I said, makes people happier. If you're happier, you feel better. And if you feel better, your body will respond to that.
Yeah, true.
Thank you. And finally, I'd like to thank you personally for the difference you made to myself and Caroline. And also, I'd like to thank you for the things that you did that nobody knows that you did, to help Caroline.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now you can sit like that.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you. All right, so since you paid money and came to this session, I'm going to give you something as well. Okay? So, this is for both of you. You the guest, and also participants finishing. See, life has this nature. Either it goes up or it goes down. Nothing stays same for a while. So now you might be on a high because you did an amazing course and you came to an amazing course and you got some great training and great coaching. You're in a high. So I'd like to do an experiment with you. So I'd like you to take a deep breath all the way into your stomach, your lungs, and then let go. Okay, do you notice when you take a deep breath, you expand? And then when you let go, you can contract. Okay? So I'd like to do that again. So take a deep breath all the way through your nose and mouth and into your lungs and hold. Okay, there you go. What was that like? Yes! So this is what I mean, you can't stay in one place for a very long time before it needs to change. So life goes like that all the time. The trick is to make up and down closer rather than longer. Alright? So to help me to do that, we got some work, and for you finishing and we're starting. So, first thing is, there are two things in life that makes a difference. Nothing else makes a difference. One, what do you think they are?
Health. Your health makes a difference.
Health, okay.
Your relationships with others.
Yes? Yeah, but you can live in a desert and you still live really well.
That's true.
Yeah. So there's two things. One is that inspiration, something to look forward to. Second is action. You need to be inspired in life for life to work, and you need to take action to it. So all those things, if you have those two things in life as well, that life will work regardless of what happens around you, regardless of how you feel. Does that make sense? Right. So, in order to make life work and live life powerfully, you need to bring two key distinctions into place and live them to make life look forward to life and also be in action. And it kind of, this is like we call them the two truths. You know, there's two reasons in life. There are the two truths. First is, you will never get what you want if you don't need it. And second thing is, you're all going to die, and unless you do something this moment, it could be next moment they're going to be dead. Those are the two truths. So I'd like to ask, I'm going to give you a handout for our guests. I'd like you to do this in sections, because it's too long for one person to do. Please take that one. So, Michael, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a lot. And for you too.
Thank you.
So, Dario, conjunction with that, please.
Okay, up to number 1, yeah.
Yeah.
A palliative nurse who has counselled the dying in their last days has revealed the most common regrets we have at the end of our lives. And among the top, for men in particular, is I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Ronnie Ware is an Australian nurse who spent several years working in palliative care, caring for patients in the last 12 weeks of their lives. She recorded their dying epiphanies in a blog called Inspiration and Chai, which gathered so much information that she put her observations into a book called The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. Ware writes of the phenomenal clarity of vision that people gain at the end of their lives, and how we might learn from their wisdom. When questioned about any regrets they had, or anything they would do differently, she says, common themes surfaced again and again. Here are the top 5 regrets of the dying, as witnessed by Ware.
So could somebody do 1 and 2, please? Yeah.
Okay, number 1, I wish I'd had the courage to live a true life to myself, not the life others expected of me. This was the most common regret of all. When people realise their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it's easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people have not honoured even a half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they have made or not made. Health brings a freedom very few realise until they no longer have it. 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. This came from every male patient that I nursed. They missed their children's youth and their partner's companionship. Women also spoke of this regret, but as most were from an older generation, many of the female patients had not been breadwinners. All of the men I nursed deeply regretted spending so much of their lives on the treadmill of a work existence.
And then we'd like to do number 3. Yes, please.
I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others, and as a result they settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they were truly capable of becoming. Many developed illnesses relating to the bitterness and resentment they carried as a result. I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. Often they would not truly realise the full benefits of old friends until their dying weeks, and it was not always possible to track them down. Many had become so caught up in their own lives they let golden friendships slip by over the years. There were many deep regrets about not giving friendships the time and effort that they deserved. Everyone misses their friends when they are dying.
Thank you. And then final one of you two? Good luck to that.
5. I wish that I had let myself be happier. This is a surprisingly common one. Many did not realise until the end that happiness is a choice. They had stayed stuck in old patterns and habits. The so-called comfort of familiarity overflowed into their emotions, as well as their physical lives. Fear of the change had they had pretended to others and to themselves that they were content, when deep within they longed to laugh properly and have silliness in their life again.
Awesome. So what do you get from that about the immediacy, about your dreams and what you want to do in life? You know?
For me, it might be to try and do something now.
Yeah. Clear, right? Now is really urgent. Life is urgent, now is urgent. And if you don't do something now, it's never going to get happen. Even a little bit. Obviously, if you want to make the Great Wall of China, it takes hundreds of years to build, but you have to put a brick and put some cement in now. Otherwise, it's never going to get built. Right? That's one. Okay? Anyone else?
Be yourself. Don't pretend.
Exactly.
Be
Yes. Who else?
Don't be fake.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Oscar Wilde said, everyone else is taken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And anything else? Or you, Elsa or Caroline? From that? Yeah, I will.
So
the
see
next
first
thing-
and be like life in general, just like
So the next thing I have to do an exercise with you. It's about, see, the title of this exercise is, you'll never make anything happen unless you need to. So take one and pass it on. So it says you never get what you want if you don't need it. So the top line, I'd like you to go back 7 months ago. From now, today is what? The 8th of June. 7 months would be the what? 6th of January? 6th of December.
8th of November.
No, 7 months ago.
Yeah, 8th of November.
8th of November.
Yeah.
Very good. So 8th of November date. What would you like to have happened today, back 6 months ago? 8th of November. What were your hopes, dreams? 8th of November, 8th of December, whatever, whenever you did it. So go back 7 months ago and look back from where you're now. Like, you know, when you come to the end of the year, always making New Year's resolutions. What were the results you want to have happen, say, 7 months from then, which is now? Yeah, so November, whatever. So go back then and write down a list of results you want to have happen by now in your life. Your hopes, dreams, aspirations. What would you like to have happen in my future? From 7 months' time by, say, 6th of June or around in the middle of next year.
So do all 3 boxes? Or?
First one first. The first on the left. And you can keep going and you fill as many as
What,
you
the
want.
wants and the need, or?
Not yet.
Just this one?
Yeah, just the top one on the left, top left. It's just that one for now. Don't go to the middle one yet. Just 7 months ago, what do you need to have happen by now? Or what you hoped and prayed that would have happened by now? Or wished? All the things. And if there's not enough, you can maybe do it on the other side. There's room on the other side to continue. Don't do anything else, just stay with that color. Okay? So now if you go to the middle column on the top line, and write down today's date, 8th of June. What out of that list, what's actually have happened? From that list of what you wanted, the wishes, hopes, dreams, what have actually happened out of that list? All the things, write down the things that actually were, outcomes that actually happened, wishes that were fulfilled, hopes that were realized, dreams that were realized. Don't worry if it's okay to not have it, or it's very common. It's not like making you feel ashamed about it, but just to show you the reality. Like when you look in the mirror, you see yourself exactly how you are. It's just like a reality check. Okay, and then on the further column, on the top, far right, 7 months from now.
Which is
8th of
January?
Yeah.
January.
2020.
And then what would you like to have happen in your life by then, 7 months? Or the list of things that you would like to have happen. Prayers, dreams, hopes, wishes that you really want to happen. Write down what would you like to have happen, what would like to happen 7 months from now. What do you want in 7 months? 30 seconds to
Yeah.
wrap it up. I mean, you could keep adding to this. Alright, so now if you look at those lists 7 months ago, now, and 7 months from now, so going back to everything you said you wanted to happen by now, 7 months ago, how many of you have had all of that happen today? 100%?
2 or 3.
2, 3?
2, 3, yeah.
Right. Okay. And anyone, none of them happened? It's not fine, I'm not trying to, it's fine, okay? And then, so you have wishes 7 months from now.
Yeah.
How many of you have the same wishes that you wanted to have happen 7 months ago, wanted 7 months from now?
One of them, yeah.
Right, well, okay.
And so
That's
agree.
one of the problems of wanting something.
Yeah,
It keeps wanting.
yeah, I'm
Never happens.
good.
So now we go to the bottom line. 7 months ago, the same dates. Same date. Whatever date you got, so there's not a check on the accuracy of dates. 7 months ago, what will you need to have happened daily, just to make life work? What were your needs? Like, I need to pay my rent, I need to buy food, I need to cook, I need to educate my children. What were your needs? I need to go to work, earn an income. What were the needs they needed to fulfill 7 months ago? That your life is so busy of these needs. For example, you need to breathe, otherwise you're going to die. You have no choice, right? You need to go to the toilet, no choice. You need to go to sleep, you need to eat, right? So other than those, what were the other needs that you had to fulfill daily that keeps you so busy? Write down a list of needs. And then when you've done that, look in the middle column. Today, this day, what are your needs today? What do you need to fulfill to make sure you're alive, you're not homeless, and you're well? What are your needs now that you need to fulfill today? Like, you have to do these things, otherwise you'll be out on the street, or you'll be ill, or you need them. And then when you've done that, look 7 months from now and ask yourself, what do I need then? And then tell me if any of the needs are different from 7 months ago to now to now. Okay? So what would you like to share about the exercise?
Short answer is they're the same through the columns. They're very similar through the columns, if not exactly the same.
Yes. Right? So the point of that is we are so busy fulfilling our needs, right? Our wants get wanting. We don't have time to fit in our wants because we need these things. You need to survive first, right? And that's a big mistake that people make, the need to survive, because they know it will give you more survival, not thriving, not flourishing, right? So the way to turn it around is literally turn it around the head. So all those things that you said you wanted, if you make it a need, like you need to breathe, like is anybody doubt that you need to breathe? You can tell me, I'll go do an exercise to show that. So like you need to make your want like you need to breathe. Otherwise the want will never happen. It will be a pipe dream. Okay? And that's what we do with our work. We get people who wanted stuff to need them and then make that need happen over 7 months in this course. And it needs to be now, it needs to be like that. You need to make
That's
a
why
decision.
you pestered us so much. You don't yet. Yeah.
It's more like nagging.
Yeah.
Not coaching.
Yeah.
Nagging into good stuff.
Oh,
Enough of nagging. So
yeah, no, it's just endless. It's like, have you done that yet? Did you do that? Remember to do that? Yes, Ken. Yes, Ken. Yes, Ken. No, Ken. Yes, Ken. Yeah.
Yes.
But it gets you somewhere in the end. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is the work I do this to. This is the course that we do called LifeWorks Be Free Leader. And it's a 7 months program. This is a 7 months program to help you to make your wants into needs and actually make them happen. You don't want it? You don't want to do it?
I've already got my copy.
Good. So I mean, you came here as guests of. That was mine.
That's yours. Yeah.
So you came here as guests of Caroline, so Caroline, why did you invite them other than you wanting them to be your and make a contribution? Oh, did you not get one?
No.
I'm sorry. I
I
gave you the wrong one.
You gave me something different.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I did it. I picked it from the bottom rather than from the top. There you
That's
go.
okay.
So the point of this is like without it, the session is incomplete. It's not a sales pitch, but it's just to say that if you have a need that you have a want that you want to make into a need, then let me know and then I can make it happen for you. And you have to make a decision very quickly because the next program has already started. And there's a date tomorrow evening and then next Thursday. We usually have maybe 2 or 3 sessions. So the way it goes is you come to because you can't register into the program because there's no program to register into because the program is your life working. So LifeWorks Be Free Be a Leader, it's a program and it's your life being working and you being free and you being a leader. There's no program here. There's no program in the room. Program is your life and you making it work and my job as your coach is to make that happen. Right? So coaching is very different to counseling. Counseling, I don't know, maybe about counseling more, right? So coaching is this. Coaching comes from the sporting field. When you want to be a champion of tennis or golf or usually single pursuit sports, athletics, but sometimes team sports like football, cricket, they have coaches. So what does coach do?
Make them better, make them improve.
Yeah, but can the coach make them improve if the player doesn't want to play? If the player is lazy or player's got problems and player's anxious, can the coach make any difference? No. I mean, they can make a difference by talking to them, but that's all they can do. They can't get into the tennis court and play the game for it's forbidden. You can't do that. You can't even talk to your coach on the tennis court. Even that is forbidden. You can look at them, but that's all you can do. So the player needs to want to win, right? But player needs to want to win so much that they want to be a champion of something. Because if you don't want to be a champion, you don't want to hire a coach because coach costs a lot of money, right? So for you to win in life, to make the impossible possible, you need to want to win. You need to want to win. No one can make you want to win. But most people do want to win, but then they really don't because their life is full of their needs. And so their wants, they want to win, but they don't need to win. So you need to make your want to win into a need to win, like you need to breathe. So if you have something like that you have as a want, but you want to make a need, for example, Maggie said you need to make your business work. There's a need there for you, right? At the moment it's a want, and that's why it's not succeeding. But what I do in my work is to make it into a need. I actually keep the need going for when you don't want anymore. See, one of the things is when we think about stuff, in the moment of thinking, we get so inspired by it. We want to really go for it. Yeah, this is really great. And the next moment, what happens?
Reality hits and you think, oh, that's what I did.
Yeah, so what's the reality that people live in? Everybody has this fantasy, like, really great life they want to live. What is the reality that people live in, which is on the top column of your thing? Wishing for things and nothing happening.
Yeah.
And the number one reason for wishing for things and nothing happening is you don't taking any action or putting any time, enough time for those things to happen, because you're so busy fulfilling your needs, having to pay the rent, having to send the children to school, having to eat, having to put food on the table. Right? So what we're doing is to take you through that journey of transitioning from living a life of need to living a life of wanting to living a life of needing. And then making that need actually happen rather than talking about it. Not very many people want to do it, for real. Most people want to talk about it, they talk about it at great length, but doing it is a whole other ballgame. Right? It's reserved for champions of life. You can say that now. So if you want to be a champion of life, then come and actually let me help you. Because I've been doing that with many people. I have lots of experiences helping people, and that's kind of my qualification really. I get you to do things because I'm one of those people who want to do stuff. Okay, so do you have any questions you want to ask me about any of this from the visitors, guests? Would any of you like to have a conversation with me about how to make this possible? In the maybe next, by say tomorrow. Anybody? Thank you. Well, thank you very much. So thank you for taking a look, coming to have a look. If you have a change of mind between now and tomorrow, get in touch with me because it's of course starting tomorrow afternoon or next Thursday. And we're going to get going. We're going to do the same with those people. Okay? Thank you for taking your time and thank you for paying your money to get value. I hope you got value from being here and we made a difference to you. And that's all what we need to do. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Would you mind turning that off?